My humble pranams to all the soul who have gathered here. Thank you for joining us for another wonderful session of the A Thousand Seeds of Joy by Ananda Karunesh. And my gratitude goes to Pita Mahapatriji and to all the masters who have guided me to this path. Thank you, everyone. So today's discussion or wisdom sharing will be done by Master Asha, and we all are very familiar with Master Asha, so she don't need lots of introduction, and I just love the way she, I love all the way all the speakers communicate with us, and talk about this book, like. When they talk about this book, there's something in my heart, like get connected with their, with them and with the book. So with that, without further ado, uh, let me welcome Master Asha to the platform. And once you finish your continuation, we'll take a pause and then we will record chapter 5 separately. Okay. Thank you, Master. Over to you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. First of all, namaste to all of you masters, and my pranam to Brahmarshi Pitamaha Subhash Patriji sir and Madam Patriji. So to all the gurus who have come in my life at different stages, to everybody, my parents and everybody, namaste, pranam to everybody. So today I'm whatever we have left in previous chapter. So that is we were discussing about Eve and Mary. So Goddess Lakshmi was telling about a lot of different other, you can call energies, female energies, feminine energies of different cultures. So in this chapter, which we have already discussed about Eve, Mary, she was telling about, I'll just give it just so that since it's been a week. So Mary Magdalene, how she was a spiritual partner to Jesus Christ. And as we knew, as at least myself, as I know that I had only known Eve as like there was this garden, Adam and Eve, and they ate this fruit and all these things started. But actually, the story is different. So, Goddess Lakshmi told that she was an enlightened master, enlightened, or you can call it as angel, or the one superior soul who was talking to angels. So, that's when the author asks, like, he asks, so all of these years or generations that we've been talking about Mary and Eve, so this is all untrue. So because even he wanted to know it for sure, with assurance, that because we have been hearing one thing and all of a sudden here we know this new thing. Obviously when author he heard it for the first time, he was also like astounded, probably, what is this, the new thing that I'm hearing? So she said, yes, what all, but there are certain people or certain masters who knew this even through these generations on this physical plane, that is earth. There were few masters who knew this, but it didn't spread wide. But now it's a time that, and she said also generations to come, lot of people will, or souls will understand who Eve was and why she came. So elaborating this, she tells that she was given a task of speaking to angels. Also there were some, she says that some winged ones. I mean, for me angel is somebody with white, all in whole and with a lot of feathers and wings. So at least with this statement that she said that she also spoke to winged ones, so at least I'm satisfied that my imagination or whatever we saw in movies or English stories, so there are some winged ones too. So then she says she also spoke to messengers of love, and also she had this task of raising children, and many women followed that path. So here there is little a slight different story here. I mean, rather than different explanation, I can say so she explains that there were these temples at the higher elevated places. So one thing I got clarified when reading this chapter or this particular answer is, I used to always wonder all the holy places in India, if you observe, like Tirupati or Badri, Kedar, or any, I mean, Kukke, Subramania, anyway, they're always over the hill or a mountain. So I used to wonder why. Why can't we just have these holy places in flat lands? I used to always have this question. I never asked this to anybody, but this particular answer from goddess Lakshmi gave me the answer, that she says here that there were these temples, places of worships in a high elevated places. Why she says high elevated place? Because there were a lot of vibrations or high energy at this elevated place. That's why these women, lot of women priestesses or goddesses used to gather there and pray or worship, or so they used to do for the benefit of everyone. So these priestesses who are there, they used to sit there and pray, and the other ladies who are the goddesses, they used to, and warrior angels, warrior women, they used to protect them. That's what their job was. So, and Eve used to take care of the children and women and everybody. So then when there were certain women who would choose to procreate, so here she specifies that only certain women would be interested in procreating, and these women of these temples who wanted to procreate, they would come to the flatlands and seek, or allow the men of higher spiritual aspirations to seek them out. So for many years, this has been going on, and they would find mates at the flatlands and they would procreate, and their children were looked upon or taken care by these warrior angels. And Eve says there was not not a sign of sorrow or sadness or negativity anywhere, because everyone knew what their task was, and they would do it. It's not like, oh, why I'm supposed to do this, why are you not doing this? No, there was nothing like that. So there was peace and communion between these goddesses and priestess and all these warrior angels. So she said it was just beautiful, and everywhere there was joy, absolutely no sorrow at all. So this is what she explains about Eve, and we've already known about Mary in this. This was the last question of this chapter, and it was really very enlightening for me, or fascinating for me, to know there is so much truth behind what we've already learned. So it's like I previously said, this shift of unlearning what we have already learned is a big challenge now. What we've learned is actually not the truth. I mean, I've reading these books, I've realized it. Now to unlearn this, to cancel this and build up a new data on that, that's a big challenge. So but then this was all this chapter was very enlightening for me. So this is about this chapter, masters. And then, like Tila madam said, this chapter of Eve and Mary ends here. And next would be, ma'am, if you want to stop this and record again. So next chapter, I would speak about